Welcome back to 504 Road Trips. Today is Tuesday, January 21st, 2025, and this is Snowmageddon 2025. And the winter storm has arrived here in the suburbs of New Orleans, and it's been snowing here since about 7 o'clock. It's been on and off little flurries and sleet, and right now it's pretty snowy, and there's a little bit of snow accumulating in the street. This is not anything like what I expected when they said we were going to get 5 to 8 inches of snow. It's not really accumulating. It's accumulating on parked cars that haven't been run. It's accumulating in the grass a little bit. Of course, we have a long way to go. It's not supposed to stop until 5 o'clock. Right now, it's 10 after 9 in the morning. And this is what we've got, and at times it's come down kind of hard. Right now it's light, almost just like flurries. Earlier there was some heavy sleet coming down, and the thing is all night, before the temperature got below 35 degrees, we were getting little rain showers, and the Weather Channel alerts kept on coming up saying snow, but if it was snow, it was liquid long before it got to the ground. But as a result, now it's 27 degrees. That's -3 Celsius if you're not from the United States. Everything was kind of wet, and now it's frozen. So the roads aren't that bad, but I have seen little patches of ice, and all of the little drainage canals that crisscross this area that we don't really think a whole lot about. When you cross those bridges, you can tell, because number one, there's snow built up on them, and two, they're slick, and you don't want to be hitting the brakes or even turning your wheel when you get onto those bridges, because you could very well lose control. But overall, the roads aren't that bad. The last time I drove in anything like this was in December of 2004, and that was in a rear-wheel drive Chrysler that had no kind of traction control or anything like that. And right now I'm driving a front-wheel drive Hyundai with traction control and automatic transmission, and it does require a little bit more concentration than normal driving, but this isn't all that bad. Now, as you can see, there's not a whole lot of people out and about today. Very little traffic. I'm kind of surprised that the snow isn't accumulating on the LED traffic lights. And looking at this traffic light right here in front of me, that is not an LED. That looks like old incandescent traffic lights. I guess they never switched these out because they just go to a little shopping center with a dead Kmart in it. But I've seen one gas station that was open. Rouse's, one of our big local grocery chains, announced yesterday that they would be closed today. I'm not sure about places like Walmart. I would imagine, though, that most of the grocery stores just didn't open today. Most people are just staying home. Now, DOTD has closed some roads. And basically, anything that's elevated is closed, with the exception of the Crescent City connection. Apparently, they got a hold of some salt. And I don't know whether they went to Walmart and just bought all the rock salt, or Martin salt, or whatever, and they salted and sanded one lane of the Crescent City connection to allow for traffic to flow back and forth, one lane in each direction. The HOV is closed. US 90B, or 90 Business, which runs from I-10 by the Superdome to the Crescent City connection, or to Chapatoulas Street, is closed. Then the Crescent City connection is open, but you have to get on at Chapatoulas. Then once you get on the West Bank, from General de Gaulle all the way to Westwood Drive in Marrero, the elevated expressway is closed. I did not see anything about the Huey P. Long Bridge, which is US 90. I would guess it's probably closed too. And the causeway, they really didn't provide a whole lot of information about that, but the causeway and the twin spans across Lake Pontchartrain have got to be closed, as well as the spillway on I-10 heading out towards St. Charles Parish. But you couldn't pay me to drive any of those roads even if they were open. The further, if you head up I-10 west or I-10 east, just away from New Orleans, and you get away from Lake Pontchartrain or north of Lake Pontchartrain, and the temperatures are colder and the weather conditions are going to be worse. We actually are getting it pretty easy here on the West Bank so far, although the entire weather radar image is showing snow and wintry mix all around us. There's been kind of a hole over the West Bank for most of the duration of this, and that's the reason why I think we haven't gotten as much accumulation as they said that we were going to get. But that hole kind of closed up about an hour and a half ago, and so now it's starting to accumulate. But I'm really glad that there's not a whole lot of other traffic on the road, because even though I'm going slow and taking it easy and being careful, you never know when some other idiot's going to come along trying to go 60 miles an hour. You don't want to get in their way. Look at this poor guy walking along here. At least he's bundled up. Right now the road's just wet. Now we're coming up on a drainage canal here, and as you can see, the snow is built up on the bridge. But just roll right across. There's two more people walking there on the right. That's something else that you wouldn't find me doing. Not in this kind of weather. But the car's heating up really nice. In fact, it's hot in here because I wore several layers. So right now we're into the city of Gretna. We're on Belle Chase Highway, which is LA 23. And we're heading towards the West Bank Expressway. Got Mellot Park on the right. Now we're getting closer to the Mississippi River, and the temperatures are usually a little bit cooler close to the river, plus there's that wind that comes off the river, so it may look a little bit different as we get close to the river. I'm also seeing that it's very windy out here. There's snow accumulating on roofs, and then the wind blows and all the snow blows off the roof. Here's somebody in front of me that I guess is just getting onto the road and is being a little more cautious. Another guy walking. Now, I'm not going to fault anybody for being careful and driving slow. Don't drive any faster than you're comfortable with. But fortunately, the roads are not slick at all. Then again, you never know when you're going to hit that patch of ice. As we get closer and closer to the river, I can see and I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but the snow is coming down sideways now. So the wind really is picking up. And I'm kind of hoping Walmart's going to be open because I do have to pick one thing up. But if not, I guess it doesn't really, it's not something I can't wait. McDonald's is closed. And really, they all should be closed. You know, they shouldn't be making employees come out in this kind of weather. But yeah, no traffic on the road. Getting a red light here, and I know nobody's going to come across here. I don't have an ice scraper, and the bottom right-hand side of the windshield never did defrost. I'm probably ruining my wiper blades. Looks like Birdie's Food and Fuel might be open. There's a car there. The lights are on. It's kind of hard to tell if they're open. Here comes the Gretna police. They're riding around with their little blue cruise lights on. I guess they're just keeping an eye on things. Wouldn't be surprised if they stopped me to find out what I'm doing out in this weather. But it does kind of look like the snow's accumulating a little more here. The temperature on the little thermometer in the car hasn't changed. It's still, well, it's actually showing 28 now. It was showing 27 earlier. But I don't know how accurate those thermometers are. They seem to change once you get moving. Doe Winter's Bakery is closed. Right now, once again, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but there's some big snowflakes coming down. Like Gretna Gun is closed. The historic Davy Crockett Fire Department here on the right-hand side. I think it's the oldest operating fire department in the United States. And directly in front of us is the river levee. First Street. You can tell by the lack of whoa, that was a little bit of ice there. By the lack of tire tracks and snow, nobody else is out on the road today. I see one set of tire tracks in front of me. So we're going to be coming up on Huey P. Long Avenue here. And this is where all the Jefferson Parish and City of Gretna government is housed. Right up right up in this area. We got Gretna City Hall here on the left. I'm sure nobody came to work today there. Gretna Farmers Market looks abandoned. Of course, today's Tuesday, so they wouldn't be doing that today. Cafe Amore is closed. The old train depot. So it's now 10 o'clock in the morning, and I have verified that the Gretna neighborhood Walmart neighborhood market is closed. So I would say it's safe to say that everything is closed. Except, I kind of wonder what's happening with Waffle House. Because Waffle House typically doesn't close unless the building is gone. But, whoa. As you can see, over the last hour, conditions have gotten significantly worse. Visibility is severely reduced, and snow is now accumulating on the road, and the road is quite icy. So I've noticed on starts and stops, my anti-lock brakes activate when I stop, if it's not a very, very, very gentle stop, and then taking off from a stop is there's a lot of spinning tires. So I'm just going to take it slow and try to get back home. But we may as well see some sights along the way. I'm not 100% sure why my right windshield wiper has become completely ineffective. I don't know whether the blade's coming apart or whether it's just because there's ice. It's really, really hot in here. So Taco Bell is closed. No big surprise there. Subway is closed. Well, Subway says it's open. Doesn't look like it's open. Lights are on. Sign says open, but Rallies is permanently closed. And there's the Waffle House. Waffle House is open. There are cars at the Waffle House. People going in and out. But as you can see here on the left, the approach to US 90B elevated is barricaded. They don't want nobody going up there. And I can only imagine if the conditions are like this on the ground, it's got to be 100 times worse up there. Nobody around the Groton bus depot. Nobody at Oakwood Shopping Center. So right now it's not too bad now that there's snow on the ground. IHOP is closed. This Shell station's open though. Yeah, the mall, Oakwood Mall's got a sign lit up that says closed today. It's like here on the left on the approach to the Crescent City connection. It must be a DOTD vehicle blocking the on-ramp. And I'm guessing since they're just doing one lane each direction, one lane on each bridge, there's probably only one way to get onto the bridge. And that's probably from General de Gaulle. That discount zone or whatever they call it looks like it's open. As is this, whatever this is on the left, that gas station looked like it was open as well. like this Exxon station on the right might be open, or at least they're doing pay at the pump. The store's not open. Oh, there's people riding around on the lid of a garbage can, looks like. If you're a kid growing up here, they've never seen anything like this before. I mean, really, I've never seen anything like this before in 51 years. Walgreens is closed. Pizza Hut is closed. Baskin-Robbins is closed. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up here. I want to thank everybody for watching. Leave your comments below about what you're experiencing in this Snowmageddon, or any experiences you've had with snow in the past. Be sure and give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Share and follow us on social media, and join us for our next 504 road trip.